Good morning, everyone. I am Darlene M. Agudo. For today, I am going to report about the characteristic of an inclusive school or class. But before we tackle about the characteristic, let us define first of what is inclusive education. Inclusive education welcomes all students into regular classes with same age peers in their community with supports or accommodations that ensure equitable opportunities for all students to learn, contribute, and participate in all aspects of school life. So inclusive education means designing schools, classrooms, programs, and activities so that all students participate and learn together. So inclusive public neighborhood schools are the heart of our communities and of quality education system. The first characteristics of inclusive school or class first is the inclusive school climate or culture. So let's define what is culture means. Culture can be defined as all the ways of life, including arts, beliefs, and institutions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation. As a student, teacher, parent, we have to accept that each of us has different culture, which gives the definition of the origin we have. Whether you are perfect or imperfect, we need to unite and understand things that are different from us. So let's not make fun of the different cultures we have because we have different beliefs and habits. An inclusive school culture requires a shift in the attitudes of all the stakeholders as well as the development of policies and practices that reinforce inclusive behavior. So, real inclusion is about actions, not just words. A person with a disability will never be reduced the culture they have. So, the second characteristics is the committed leadership. So, what is committed leadership? In the inclusive school, it needs to be managed in a way that consistent and effective with the student in order to have a strong association. A teacher needs to have a variety of discussions so that all students can learn, especially students with disabilities who need a long and effective teaching method. Need to be taught in a way that they can learn. So leadership is the desire to become better connected, more committed, and more capable today than you were yesterday. It is in the willingness to learn continuously and perhaps more importantly, to accept being taught. All great leaders possess this attribute. So the third characteristics is the flexible curriculum, instruction, and assessment. Flexible learning is a method of learning where students are given freedom in how, what, when, and where they learn. Flexible learning environments address how physical space is used, how students are grouped during learning, and how time is used throughout teaching. Flexible learning methods to personalize instruction can also help districts to address learner variability in a more inclusive learning environment by building in student voice and choice in the ways of which students learn, engage with content, and demonstrate what they know. Staff development is a critical component of teacher or staff growth. Staff development can be defined as the processes and activities designed to increase the professional knowledge, skills, and attitudes of staff members so that they can improve the learning of students. Effectively meet the needs of a diverse student population, including at-risk children, children with disabilities, English learners, and gifted children within the regular classroom, applied and experiential learning settings. In other settings, provide an inclusive curriculum for a racially, ethnically, linguistically, and culturally diverse student population that is consistent with the state education diversity rule and the district's education diversity plan.
Hello everyone, good day. Allow me to introduce first myself. I am Mayor Crystal B. Maynagkot, and for today, we are going to continue the discussion about characteristics of inclusive school or class. We have here the support services, variety of resources, parental and community development, and last but not the least is the school self-evaluation. Let us discuss first what is support services. So, support services, a child who is found eligible for special education may receive a variety of services. We are all aware about those children who have disabilities, and we know that they have special needs. And in these special needs, this includes special and language therapy, psychological services, physical and occupational therapy, and counseling services. These services may be located in the school or in the community accessible to the family. And now, we will continue to variety of resources. So what is variety of resources? It is the sources that are available throughout the school. So for example, audio aids. So for students who have sensory challenge, inclusive school provides a variety of teaching aids. And one of the example is the audio aids, which are available for the visually challenged students. So, for those students who can't hear, the school must provide audio aids or visual presentation or video presentation. The resources provide both human and infrastructural depending on the needs of the student. There are different human resources like doctors, peers act as resources. When inclusive teaching strategies like buddy system or circle of friends are used. That's why there are variety of human and infrastructural resources that is provided by the inclusive schools. And now, we are going to proceed to parental and community development, in which these play a vital role in an inclusive education. So what is parental and community development? The personnel in inclusive schools actively involve all the parents in every school activity. The students, with or without disability, their parents are consulted and engaged to conduct various activities in the school. This creates transparent and open communication, which is very essential while planning and implementing programs like IEP, which stands for Individualized Education Plan. The personnel also involves community members like leaders or organization, as well as those professional people like doctors or engineers that can be also invited to conduct lectures and other activities to help the school curriculum to real life situation. And now, we're going to proceed to the last one, which is the school self-evaluation, or in which this is called a special characteristic of an inclusive school. So what is school self-evaluation? The school conducts self-evaluation to check whether it is following all the requirements to foster and sustain inclusion. The evaluation is done right from the objectives framed by the school due to various teaching and evaluation practices gathered out in the school. So, evaluation is done starting from the identifying the needs of the students until they achieve their respect of goals.